Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, Chris, Stacy, and I are going to talk about Tales from the Hood, number 3, because this franchise is still going.
Happy Halloween, folks!
Yay! Yes, it's a standard 4-story inside of a bigger story type of setup construct for the series.
Anthology.
Huh?
A horror anthology.
A horror anthology. Thank you, Chris. It's very interesting. I a lot better than 2. I mean, I'm still watching it, and no, like it's at least better than that. But as always, I like to say we're gonna start with stories. So Chris, which of the 4 stories do you think was the most interesting in part 3?
Let me remember all the stories. Okay, you had the one with the man in cages, the man in the cage, right? You had the one with the basketball. Remind me of the other stories. Okay, the first one was the basketball one.
Yes.
The fire. What's the one with the man that was caught in the cage? Like, don't feed the animals. Did you have that one?
That was the zoo. That was the zoo one.
Remind me of the other ones. Huh?
The guy that was robbing people.
The guy was robbed. The punch and run bandit.
Oh, that fool. Yes.
The punch and run bandit.
Yeah.
And the older couple who wanted to take the youth of a younger woman so they could live forever as younger people.
I would say but if I had to say favorite, I don't think any of them were good.
The least worst.
But only because it's personal for me. I like the fact like the one with that racist ass homie being caught in the damn like in the damn cage. The whole fact of saying like, look, these motherfuckers do exist. Like he's got that whole idea because it shows because for me, even though it was horribly executed. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying it was a good story by any means, but there is none for me. So therefore, I have to kind of make sense of what I got. I gotta make cake out of some just 2 eggs and some batter. I gotta make do, bro.
Yeah, do what you got, man.
Exactly. So I like the idea of the fact of having some of these white supremacists being seen as the animals for once. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's easy to say like, oh, back in the day, they treated black people as animals, treat them as animals, put them in shackles. Now it's like a reverse. This version is more like seeing them in a sense of them being in the zoo. Like, wow, like if you want to see them, there's only a few of them left in the world. The whole white supremacists. We know that there's a little bit more than what they were portraying in the show, but it at least made me happy in the sense of saying like, okay, you know what? Damn, realistically, I would like to do that. You know what I mean? I would like to put all these assholes like in this invisible force field. Just put them somewhere. Put them on a deserted island and just keep them there like forever. You know what I mean? And that's it. So there you go. That's the story I like.
Okay. All right. Well, what do you think of the human zoo there, Stacey?
I liked that one as well. I didn't really know what was going until the end when they were like, oh, like that was, I guess, the last one that they had on the exhibit. So the kids were like, oh, let's go see the misogynist, museum now or whatever. So it was kind of cute. I don't know. It was cute from the sense that just creativity.
Yeah. There you go.
Like for somebody to sit down and write that, like, what if we put a racist in a museum and have kids watching and like, okay, that was kind of cute.
Well, then there was different versions. They were like, oh, well, down in the Mississippi, exhibit, they probably have another one because they thought they killed their only one. Like, no, there's other ones that we just gotta go to the next one and see that one. Yeah. I thought something was strange when like the person on the bullhorn that was talking when he came outside, it was like hyping him up. I was like, he sounds like a black dude. Like is a black dude like motivating him? Like the voice, it just sounded like, I was like, I wondered. And then I was like, no one's moving. Like they're just like all you see is the back of their heads and shit, right? And I was like, is this dude in some kind of cage or some stupid shit? Like that's what they're doing. But it was the commitment of the actor. That's what I'm impressed with.
Yeah.
This man had to say some wild shit. Like to be like, I'm fucking these rubber dolls because that's what I think of black and brown people. To be like he made out with a poster, like he really did that. Like, that wasn't CGI. Like he had to make out with this poster, and it had a hole in it. And I thought at this point he was gonna have sex with the poster. Like I really thought he was gonna just commit. He's gonna be like, this is the only white woman that's worthy of my white loving, and he was just gonna do the poster. And I was like, okay, let's just see how far this is gonna go. But a lot of things that he was saying was it's just complete like this. No one talks like this. But a lot of that stuff I've heard like people say like in real life, like especially the LGBTQ stuff. Like as much as like racism is wrong, but like this anti-LGBTQ thing is still a thing, okay, among black people, okay, among all races. You know what I'm saying? And so especially when I hear it among black people, like I bet you there's someone who heard this monologue and at some point said, yeah, like the monkey stuff is going too far. Okay. But the whole liberals, you guys are taking over the world and you can't take the truth. Some people who consider themselves not monsters have said that shit, you know, and saw them in some of those things. So I thought that was kind of like kind of interesting. And I was like, where's this? Like, it's like, how far is this gonna go? And then he was talking about the woman, like the woman he saw was like he knew her. Like he was like, oh, she had a baby. She defiled herself for like the different races. And I thought maybe you were gonna meet this woman or something. Is it like he knew somebody that like made him the way he was, like someone in his life?
That his ex-wife cheated with a black guy or something.
Yeah, it was like his ex-wife or maybe a kid or something, but someone he knew personally had like betrayed the race and stuff. And I thought maybe you were going to see her at the end, whoever this woman was that was like motivating him to be as crazy as he was, that you're going to see her at the end, I thought. But him killing himself was hilarious. Like I was like didn't we want to check his weapons? Oh shit! Like, and he's like, well, I guess we got to get another one.
Bullets to begin with. If you're an exhibit, why give him real bullets?
Yes.
Yeah, isn't that what they asked too? They're like, "What?" It's like, "Wait, you weren't supposed to put." I'm like, "Why was it? What would it be being in there to begin with? Like, why is it in there?" Like,
yes,
makes no sense.
It makes no sense. And like, did they capture him in the wild and like, you know, knock him out and shove him in this thing? Like, how are they gonna go get another one? You know, is there like
They're very elusive. They're very elusive. You need to put out bait. When I say bait, you got to have a black man holding a white woman's hands, and then that'll lure them out.
And he snatch
That'll lure them out. You got to have like it got to be like a black man semi-naked with the most gorgeous blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman holding hands, her kissing up on him, and then bam, like just start sniffing around like I smell something horrible and niggericious. Something is messed up, and then and yeah, and then that's how you pull out a racist out of nowhere, you know.
Chris, don't be writing the script for from Tales of the Hood 4 because
I'm gonna write that down. Sci-fi give me a whole bunch of money. Well,
you don't need a whole bunch of money apparently because there's no way to work. Like they put a lot of effort behind this movie, but you can make 4 by yourself.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm gonna get another black. Hey, Samuel Jackson will be next, right? Nah, you got to get somebody.
He got standards. Like, nah, I'm just kidding. He did Snakes on the Plane. I think you can get him in one of these. I think
actually okay.
I think you can do it. I think with the right motivation, he'll be like, you know what, I'm going for it. And then the king that he had on the poster, I'm like, this is supposed to be Trump. Like, it's a bit much. It's a bit much. But I was like, all right, I see. Let's just keep it rolling. I see where you're going with this. It was cool. It was cool. I'm glad they didn't take it so far with like a MAGA shirt. Like they're like, we can't be too on the nose because people might get upset. But they gave the flavor. They gave the flavor. So Stacey, what next story would you like to highlight?
Let's start with the first one. The fire in the building.
The slumlord who got what he deserved.
Yeah,
What you think? Was it creative, imaginative? What do you think?
not very creative. Like, you got one family that won't move out. And the reason they won't move out is because the son is in chemotherapy. Why does that matter? I don't know. I thought they were going to say he was like autistic. And I know sometimes autistic people have certain like sensitivities or whatever, and they can't be. But no, he was just going through chemo. And why did he keep bouncing the ball? I felt like when the dude said, "Stop bouncing there," but I was like, yes,
Yes.
stop.
Yep.
Like, what does that have to do with you having cancer that you keep bouncing this ball? I don't understand.
Does chemo give you like a green shade of like eyebrows?
Well, I think they were trying to say his eyebrows were gone, but
it makes it
makeup wasn't very good.
So you noticed that too, right?
Yeah. And then they were like chemo, and I was like, oh,
come on, man. They got cover up for stuff like that. They got decent cover. You could at least like make it look brown. Like, fine, okay, you don't want to really wax a young child's eyebrows. I get that, but like, you could have put something. You could have put strip and then paint the strip something. That was green.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Both of y'all picked up on that. I did.
Oh hell yeah! I was like, because that was easy. That was the one thing I can understand. The CGI, fine. You can at least say, oh, their budget was horrible. I could do that one. I could do the eyebrow thing myself. I go to CVS, bam, done.
Foundation, and just take care of that.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, yeah. It was like the simplicity of that one. At least that could have been easily solved. Which because I was kind of like, oh, okay, at least his head, he does look like his head was kind of shaved completely, whatever. Okay. But the eyebrow thing, I was like, bro, really? Y'all didn't even try on that one. Sorry. Go ahead. Where else you got, Stacey?
So you hire an arsonist to run these people out of the department. Like, you couldn't just wait till they leave and take the kid to chemotherapy, then set the house on fire, and then they can't come back home. Simple. But no, you set the fire with them in it. And of course, they end up burning up and dying. Like, why wouldn't they?
Yeah. I don't understand why. I mean, so they couldn't leave. So you own the entire apartment building. And you're saying these people wouldn't leave? Okay, raise rent. Do like what people actually do in real life. Make it where it's impossible for them to afford it. Because at that point, if they're still staying in there, you now got squatters, and you can actually get the police to physically remove them. I didn't understand that part. That I was like, okay, like you could have saved your own life and not be haunted by ghosts. Like you screwed up. You were like, hey, let me hire my homeboy that helped me get some free insurance stuff off of it. You know what I mean? Nah, dude. You own the place. Raise rent.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's what we saw in Bad Hair. I mean, that's exactly what we do.
I haven't seen it yet.
Well, to your point, just the one point, be like raise rent because the white people moved in and they have more money, and then like just raise the rent. Like gentrification happened, and the poor black folks had to go in that movie.
That dude, that dude was creepy. The other dude was creepy. The business owner was like, hey, I'm going on a cruise.
Yeah, what the
fuck? About love. It's essential. It's over in Thailand. Did you want to come with?
No, it was the whole. It was the part where he was like, the boat travels in international waters. Would you like to go? Like, what the fuck does that mean?
I thought he was trying to F them.
Laws are blurred because
that's what I'm saying.
Waters, what's legal, what's illegal.
That's what I'm saying.
She might be 18. She might not be. Is that like?
I thought like we can get into all kinds of shit. I like, hey, bro, I don't know you like that. Like, I don't even know what you're trying to do, and I don't want to be a part of it. Like, it's not okay.
I think he wants to do him with some Thai girls,
or just an animal. You don't even know. Like, it's international waters. You can bring whatever. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what does international waters got to do with it? Like it just sounded weird. And I'm like, if the black man is gonna get his comeuppance, the white man behind him should have got his comeuppance. Like, he should have been killed too.
Didn't tell him to go kill the people to get him out. He just said get him out.
Yes, but he's the evil white man, and I'm saying so. Like, and he was behind it. What's up, Chris?
Can we talk about the burning one?
Yeah.
That was. Did you see the way? See, Stacey knows where I'm going with this. when homeboy went back into the burning house that killed these three family members, stuff was like burnt, and then it was like stuff that was just flipped over.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was no trapping. You could not get trapped like that. There was no way that a family was trapped and burnt, because there was things that was burnt. There was other things that weren't. It was like someone created a set piece and they're like, yeah, burn this, yeah, darken this a little bit. Now we'll lower the lights, because stuff like the toys. Some of the toys were okay, and the actual burning, no, that stuff would have been melted and stuff. Like
they couldn't afford it, Chris.
that was ridiculous.
They couldn't afford it. All right, like they had
and the hallways was fine. Perfectly fine. The hardwood was straight. I was like, damn, whatever oak they use, I need that for my spot. You know, fire and water resistant. You know what I mean?
It was too. My thing is, after you horribly die in this fire, why does your spirit return to this shitty apartment? Like transition to a better place. Like, why the fuck are you staying there?
Well, I will say this. So, being a horror enthusiast, and Stacey can probably back me up on this, right? Typically, what they do when it comes to ghosts is ghosts do two things. They have like unfinished business, or if they're vengeful spirits, if they die a violent death, as they call it, they usually either haunt the person that has committed that horrible act, or they stay in the last spot where they died. But you can also say that why was the mother there at least? But so that's why. Sorry. The more you know, guys. No. That part followed the whole ghost trope.
They don't go to the check into the Trump hotel and chill out. Like,
I'm just saying the son should magically be healed from cancer, which means he can go now. Like, he doesn't have cancer anymore. They could like move on to a better place. Like, at least you can't be having cancer and be dead. Shit. Like, his cancer should be over. Like, you can go on and move on to a better life. Like, goddamn, you going back into the house that you got burned up, and you still got eternal cancer. Like,
and that ball must have been fire resistant too. Right. That's a and why, ball, bro? And who? So I don't know phones that well, but don't you have to record and like start adding numbers in order for it to like project a number that says like room 313 from apartment this?
Right.
Like, hold on. 313. If you look at horror stories, it's 313.
Oh, okay.
Detroit's 313. That's the area.
Oh, maybe Detroit is hell. I don't know.
Detroit is hell.
Sometimes it can feel like that. I love
Detroit. Depends if you're from Detroit. I'm just saying, how the fuck? Like, you're right. Like, Chris, he had to save the number to be like,
he had to save the number,
the apartment and the apartment number. Like, what call ID you got?
And now that means they also would have to then have a land phone in order for it to say 313, because if they're calling from a cell phone, that doesn't make any sense. I love how we're talking about the random shit about it, and not even talking about how horrible a lot of these anthologies were. We're just talking about.
No. We gotta focus on the detail, because this is the stupid shit that the other stupid shit is so obvious. It's the little stupid shit that makes the story even more dumb. Like, you couldn't even get that right. Like, forget the fact the fire made no sense, that all the fire was CGI and horribly done. Like, let's just skip past that. Let's look at the phone ID that was like, this is calling for the particular apartment, unless he saved the number to the apartment. Like, here, this is tenant so-and-so in apartment so-and-so. That's the only way. That's the only way it made sense. Because everyone he was trying to get kicked out, he had listed in his phone. Let's give him that. Yeah. Let's give
all
him.
All right, I'll give him that. I don't know about the whole line of being like, yo, say, yo, all y'all ghosts out here, yo, I got bullets for all y'all. I'm like, it look like you only got one mag, bro.
And they're ghosts.
They're ghosts.
So you are acknowledging you're talking to dead things. So how do you think you're gonna shoot? What movie have you watched that you're gonna shoot a dead thing?
And you know, it's so he basically played the same. I don't know if y'all watch Ballers.
Yeah,
Ballers. So yeah, so he was from Ballers. I don't know if you recognize him from Ballers.
Oh,
he played the assistant of like one.
Yeah. David Washington's friend, right?
No, the other one. No,
the fat one, the big
one.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, dude, can you at least make him like, you as an actor, can't you be like a different character in this one?
Nah,
I mean, granted, more strapped in Ballers, but like,
it was that dude. He's still that dude though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew he was gonna die. I mean, him killing the white dude, that was obvious. There was nothing like, oh my God, about this story, like at all. Like I said, I just thought the white man get into international waters. He's hanging out with the Thai women. He's hanging out with the goat. The goat's gonna be a thing, right? And they're all hanging out. And then all of a sudden, he has a goat. That's the point in international waters. Like the goat was gonna get involved somehow. Just go with me on this one.
What goat?
Then he had a goat, maybe a sheep, maybe a bear. Like he's gonna have sex with an animal. Is my point. He's gonna have sex with an animal and the people. That's why the international waters was important. All right.
I just thought it was just because of underage kids. I thought that's what the whole.
No. Then he hears a ball bouncing, and he's like, "What?" He gets a message saying his slumlord friend was murdered, right at the place, right? And he's like, "Oh shit!" He hangs up the phone. Then he hears a basketball behind him. Then he's like, "What the hell is this?" Then the family comes, kills him, and lives their life on the yacht.
But they would have to leave the apartment in order to do everything you just said.
I'm saying the spirits followed him, huh?
Ghosts can just go wherever they want, right?
That's what I'm saying. They're spirits now. He don't got cancer anymore. Now they can hang out in international waters in a yacht. See? Now it's like a ghost ship. Now, and they bring the dude that now the spirit is like he's like their prisoner. You know what I'm saying? So now he's like now the ball is him. So the little kid is bouncing his head forever.
Ooh. Damn. Walk a mile in his shoes, don't you?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And then he gets 2 balls because black kids are good. So now he has 2 basketballs. So he has the white man he's bouncing and the black dude's head, and he's like badoo, badoo, badoo. And now they sailed the boat like Pirates of the Caribbean. All right, man.
I don't have to bring my doppelganger on.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I know, right? Oh man.
Like, oh shit.
Oh shit. Kill us all.
Oh, so that's there you go. That's my rewrite. That's my rewrite for that story. All right, so my turn. The punch and run bandit was the fact he did punch him and then he ran. Like that's not that complicated. Like I get it, right? It was I thought the most compelling story of the 4. For real, for me, of the four, because I was like,
I found that the most ridiculous one.
No, when he started shitting on himself, I was like, why is he shitting on himself? And then he started peeing on himself, and I was like, this is dumb as shit. Hold up. My first what the fuck was, how the hell did he fit those shoes? Like that dude was like at least a foot shorter than him. How did he fit those shoes? There's no way in the world. Anyway, he put on the gold shoes. Like they fit after he punched the dude so hard he killed him. He didn't even know that. He just grabbed the shoes off of him and left, right? But then once he put on shoes, he started shitting himself. He's watching the TV. The woman is cursing him through the TV. But I'm like, how does she know which person to curse? Like, did he leave something with her grandma when he knocked her out? You have to have something. Every movie they have something: hair, a shirt, a picture,
eye contact.
Eye contact.
Yeah. What was a thinner? Was it Stephen King's Thinner? When he ran over the homeboy's wife or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you because blah, blah, blah,
yeah.
blah.
Like the color purple. Like everything will turn bad into like that thing. But like she just talked into the TV and somehow she knew that the real punch and run bandit was going to be watching TV. And all of a sudden, and I was like, why? And once you find out she laid a curse on him and he's basically walking through like the body destroying the man guy he killed, like how he's gonna like, I was like, oh, like he's cold because the body's cold and he's shitting on himself because the bowels of, I was like, okay. I was like, all right. I was like, and then he was like, then he has to go apologize. How do you apologize to a dead person? I don't even get that. He's seeing angels and demons doing their business because he's the Walking Dead. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a bit much, but let's go with that. And then at the end, he tried to apologize, but he's being cut open like through the autopsy. I was like, okay. And then he just dropped dead because he got his head cut. And I was like, you know what? I was like, it was the most interesting to me. I was engaged. Yeah. Y'all don't agree? It's fine. So
that was ridiculous. I found that whole thing. I mean, the only shout out I can give out for that entire story was the actor being so ridiculous in it. I was that's the only thing I can give up.
Because he committed to the
Yeah, no, that was like just like his reaction. Like, man, I can't even get these damn shoes off, so I had to take my pants off and take a shower. And I was like, okay, I don't know. First off, I got to know what city was this story supposed to take place in, because that dude looked like straight Bama with those damn gold ass looking shoes.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, dude, you get fried. Like, where I was at, like, you get fried wearing those, man. They were they didn't look like no damn Yeezys. They didn't look like no damn Jordans. What were they? They look ridiculous. The producers just took some Nikes and they just spray painted the joints gold.
Yeah, it looked like that's what they did.
You know, so but nah, I thought him shitting in the shower was I was like, that's a little much. The bathroom's right there. I don't get it.
When your bowels release, you can't. There's nothing you can do, man.
But he was able to do it in the shower. The toilet was right next to it.
No, he shitted on himself outside. I thought.
No, but you. Oh, that's right. Oh, so that when we saw in the water, that was
yeah.
Oh, that was. Oh, then the producer's just nasty, just throwing that extra detail into it. It's just nasty.
He just finished. He just finished in there. He was like, there.
Like, I was thinking about that. But and the shoes were okay. He did just clean it.
He had to clean them up, right? And he said, luckily, I robbed that hairdresser and had the the hair dryer.
Everybody, man.
They wanted you to know he gave less than 2 fucks by anybody. Like, it was her fault that I had to knock her out, and she only had $15. Like, he didn't care.
So I didn't understand, right? So okay, 2 things I don't get. So the one he knocked out in the beginning, the one where that curse was, she lived, right? Did she live?
Yeah.
But damn, like, that's one hell of a curse to put on a man, right? But like, so my thing is, no, okay, I don't understand. I don't understand. But so the curse wasn't against her grandma, but it was a curse on the next guy that you're about to hit.
Yeah.
Is that what that really was? Because that's basically what she did.
Yeah.
The curse is not for the curse that you did, but it will be for the next thing that you do that will be evil.
Yes. You will live the life of the next person you knock the hell out of. So what if the person got up, was fine, went home, had sex with his girlfriend,
and he's rich, and
he's rich, right? Like, all of a sudden he's gonna live that life,
and he's the president. His last name is Trump, bruh. That would be awesome. Like, you just have fake ass hair and shit. Yeah, you deal with a couple impeachments and shit, but whatever. Like,
and you get corona.
You got a banging ass wife that might hold your hand, might not, whatever. But you straight,
All right, you fight, you beat corona. Anyway, all right, Stacey. What do you think about the punch and run bandit?
Yeah, it was pretty silly. The whole shitting on yourself, like, it was just extreme. Like, it's like they wanted to give us like the grossest thing they can think of. So like, when him getting cut open and all that stuff, it was just to give us something like gory.
Why was he cut open? He just got knocked out and died.
No, the body was being.
The autopsy. Why is there? Do they do an autopsy if you get knocked out and die?
Okay, let's just go with it. They're going with the fact they don't know why he died. So they're trying. It's a medical exam.
They just see some dude laying in the bush.
It's a mental examination. They got to figure out why he died.
I mean, can they just see it was like blunt force trauma to the head? Like,
no, it's a crime.
They body too. They'd be like, let's see what was in your diet.
Yes, it was a crime. Like, maybe something internal. There could be internal bruises. They have. It's a crime. So I can see them, giving him an autopsy. I can see that.
Oh, okay. So all right. So you're defending.
I'm just, again, if he would have died of natural causes, right? To your point, if he just died of natural causes, they said, fuck it, we'll just chop him up anyway. I'm like, that's a bit much. But if there's this active investigation, I was like, okay, well, yeah. But he felt it, and he was like, so Tasty and I were having the conversation. Did those demons take him to the afterlife, like the chicken-looking things, which were completely ridiculous? But
y'all having conversations without me? I don't remember this conversation. When y'all had the conversation?
Or last night.
It was at their girl's house, so we didn't want to bother you.
Yeah, that's right, man. You busy doing personal things. You're doing personal, Look at you, man. and now he out. I was like, come on, man, you don't want to talk. You don't want to talk about this movie.
The whole story thing.
Which one?
We want to spoil it because we didn't know if you watched it or not.
No, I'm not. No, I'm totally trolling. No, but the girl. Okay, never mind. Before we talk about the beginning and ending thing with Tony Todd and the little girl, okay, I guess what's the other story again? Remind me.
The old lady who took the blood and the life of the new lady with her boyfriend / long-term lover. That's the one that made no logical sense to me. Like until Stacy talked to me, and then I realized what happened, and I was like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
So I thought. So the whole thing about the blood, right? Like clearly I knew the girl was being set up. I got it, right? So I thought, okay, they're gonna feed her blood to the older woman, and as she takes the blood, she becomes younger. The other one, the young woman becomes old, and they're gonna discard her body, right? Like that looked pretty straightforward, as much as that's straightforward. But I'm like, what? So you feed her your blood, but then somehow this music box puts her into another dimension, body mirror or some shit, and then she takes the other woman's body. It didn't make any sense because now her boyfriend is he's old. He's steadily drinking blood to stay young. So why can't his girlfriend do the same thing? Since she has a whole refrigerator full of blood, where's that blood coming from? Right. It didn't make any sense. Like, does the blood keep you young or does it keep her alive? Because it keeps the other guy young.
I was thinking like her body was maybe wearing out and she needed just to get a whole nother body. Like she couldn't sustain that body anymore. Because she kept saying like she was in a wheelchair, but then she'd get up and walk. She was like, well, my knees are, bad or whatever. So maybe the guy, he was old, but maybe his body was still fresh enough that he can revert back to his younger self. I don't know. But she just needed a whole new body, I guess.
How did y'all feel about Lynn Whitfield agreeing to even do this movie?
She's better than this, man. I told Stacey, I mean, she's better than this. Like she should have just passed on this script. She's like, I'm gonna go do the spinoff to Greenleaf for this bullshit. Like, no.
You're gonna do a House Divided.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh shit. I'm gonna do House Divided season 4. Fuck it. Because I got standards. But this was horrible, man. I was like, she had to read the script and be like, what do you want me to do? Like, no. Yeah. And then her husband was in Tales from the Hood too. The pastor. He was the devil in that one. I can't think of his name though. You know what I'm talking about.
That's her husband?
In Greenleaf. He plays he plays the pastor.
I wouldn't know. I don't watch any one of those shows.
Oh well, it got canceled. It don't matter. I can't think of his real name though. But I was like, what? I was like, you gotta be. What'd you think, Chris?
Of that story?
Just her in it. Both.
What, with Lynn?
Yeah.
I like her as an actress. I thought she was cool. I found it kind of ridiculous. Like the way she kind of got upset with the young girl or whatever. It got, even though it was all a daydream, it got pretty violent, which is like, it's like you can't sing or whatever, and she bludgeoned her face.
Yes.
I'm like, God damn. I'm thinking like, yes, I daydream a lot about like punching someone in the face, but I don't know my daydreams get that intense. You'd be like, yeah, I wish I could spit in your face. Yep, okay, cool. Spit in your face, all that pee on your shoes, whatever. But damn, oh my God. Like, it was like Gallagher with a melon. That was ridiculous.
It's funny. Well, not that you bring up Gallagher, but the fact what you thinking right now, that's what I thought about The Boys. Like when Homelander just like killed everybody in the crowd, I was like, oh shit, he really must have did that shit. And then it was just like a dream, like a daydream. He was just thought. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like,
I figured. Well, I mean, when I'm saying the anthology, like I knew the way when she started hitting her, I was like, okay, this ain't real, But I'm just saying, I'm talking about the daydream was so intense. Homelander actually, to me, it made sense. Like him daydreaming to fry them all. Okay, understand, especially his ego, whatever. But damn, girl, Just all she said was, "You can't sing."
Yeah, she got some
I was
hidden
like, you
hostilities that
understand? Like, you could
was
just chalk
not
it up.
shown in the show.
Yeah, you all you could have said was like, you could have just chalked it up, be like, "Oh, she's senile or she has dementia or whatever."
Yeah.
Nah, all right, now let me beat this old woman to death. Let me beat her old ass.
And then
You know, like, I was like, God damn, like her, like,
that WAP level song,
I can sing. I will show you.
I said that WAP level song that she was singing in the intro when I was like, what the fuck where's this going? I was this is some ratchet shit. I was not impressed. And then that being said, she does have a voice. I mean, as an actress, right? So at the end,
Was that really her voice?
yeah, when she was singing, not that bullshit at the end. I believe that was her in the studio. Yeah, I believe.
Oh, okay. I figured that was somebody else.
But like
like her speaking voice sounded a little different. That's why.
It seemed more believable that she could actually hold a note. I'm just saying at the end when they obviously had her lip sing an opera song, I was like, that was completely ridiculous. And no, I was like, you could have did better. Like she at in 2000s anything, you know what I'm saying? She could have been like, hey, I'm gonna go and get with the modern kids and start my own hip hop group and I'll be like Cardi B part 2 or some shit. Like, I mean, but I was like, use your own voice at least. But I was like, this is bad. This is really bad. I would be, and it's like what the woman should have been. The younger girl should have been suspicious when her new boss, older woman, is like, you need to sleep with so and so. I can smell the fact that he wants you. You need to do it now. I was like, this is weird. Like I'm like, are you watching or something? Like I'm like, are you gonna join in? Like how far? And then like, why would you want this woman sleeping with your husband? Like that's my other thing. Like once you figure out that they're a couple, they've been together for years. I'm like, why would you be like, unless somehow you could feel it or something, or she's watching or something? I'm like, I don't know. Like just tell me something. Tell me how it makes sense. It don't make no sense, man. I was just like,
yeah, no, I got bored with that more than all of them, really. But dang.
I mean, this whole movie, I'm like, none of this makes sense. Except, all right. So you want to talk about the overall story?
Did we do all of them? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a soul snap.
We're just talking about the main story with the girl and the man / grandpa looking dude.
Candyman got it in the end.
Tony Todd. That's my dude. Final Destination.
That's true. I always forget. Yeah,
he's in actually he was in Hatchet. He is the dude you call. See, that's why I say he ain't worried about this movie flopping. Is that Tony Todd? He is called to do all kinds of horror, like direct to like Sci-Fi Channel or actual good movies and whatnot. He ain't tripping. You know what I mean? So when I saw him, I was like, of course. I was like, well, I didn't think about this. Of course, you had to have Tony Todd in at least one of these anthologies. You have to, so.
And they did. And I was like,
I'll go with my bad, Stacey. What were you saying?
What do you think about Candyman and him leading that little girl to the end, actually?
The fact that he was, I guess, a pervert or
I think
a kidnapper of little children.
Yeah. He was a pedophile serial killer. I don't know about pedophile sexual. He was a child murderer. Like he did this before.
I gotta say he was a pedophile, which is why he tried to have him put the bag on their face.
I mean, that could just be his thing. I mean, again, I won't go so far to be like sexual, like oriented. Like to me, that goes to sexual interest. Like,
yeah, serial killers have like a sexual kind of thing.
Component to it.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna say he was.
But he didn't touch her. Like he got her down there. He put the mask.
He didn't get to that part yet.
All right. Once he put the mask on, he turned on the camera. I know what the hell was gonna happen with the whole camera and the mask thing. I was like, this is some wild shit. Like what's about to go down. But like when they were walking, right? I'm like, one of these people is fucked. Like I know this is not gonna work out for whoever, right? And then I thought that was her dad. Like I swore she was like, where's mom? Right? It's like he can. And I was like, is that her dad? And then you saw the two what was going to be demons later, like in the background, right? And I was like, what kid are they walking through a minefield? Like, where the fuck are they going? Like, I was very confused.
Purgatory, straight to hell, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I think that was his actual like killing location, but like he didn't realize, like in the first movie, in like Tales from the Hood 1, that like they didn't realize that the person who's in charge is not in charge. Like.
Shout out to Clarence Williams. Shout out to Clarence Williams III.
Oh yeah.
The GOAT. Anyway.
He was like, "This ain't no funeral home, neither." I was like, "Oh shit, what the like?"
The shit, yes, the shit. I'm surprised they didn't put that in this film. Like, I mean, I know Keith David in the second film. I guess people complained about the whole like the shit thing that the callback from the first film.
Yeah,
Like, yes,
yeah,
the shit,
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And then I was waiting for like Tony Todd, like, damn, this place smells like shit or something. I didn't get any of that.
No, I know what they did have, which was inappropriate. Anyway, once they put the mask on a little girl, and I was like, "Oh, this is about to get some wild shit," and she was like, "No, bruh. This is my show now." And the little kids came out and shit. I was like, then she had the demon eyes and everything. I was like, she should not be swearing. I said, and I didn't appreciate it for her to be like, to give the "you in hell, motherfucker." I was like, what?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first official Karen of a host here today. We got, the Iron Panther as is a Karen. Should not be swearing.
It was inappropriate.
Thanks, Karen.
She could have turned, that little girl could turn into a big human girl ass woman demon bigger than him and then said it. Then I would have been like, okay, you don't have a little kid swearing for no damn reason. Like, it didn't make it scarier. It made it stupid as shit. It wasn't like
someone put in the comment section if you were a kid and never swore as a kid. Please comment if you never did.
You're not paid by adults and stuck in front of a camera and be like, please read your line. Like, say motherfucker like you mean it. Like, say it like your mom would say. Like,
who knows? Maybe that was an adult's voice.
Say it with your chest.
Or it could have been an adult's voice too. Remember, it was like, the voice was this.
No, bro. No, they had the little kid say it because they wanted to be legit. Anyway, to your point, it could be. It could be.
Yeah, I mean that. Well, if you watch the other three films, that like it always has to end with like "you're in hell, motherfucker," or this, like, or welcome to hell, bitch, or whatever.
For the record, I've not finished 2 because I'm trudging through that shit. So I'm waiting for this obvious moment when it's gonna happen. You clearly see it about to happen, but I'm like, I haven't seen it yet. But like 2, when I saw the little kid, I was like, no. I was uncomfortable, I must say.
That's what made you uncomfortable?
Not
with all the other stuff that's going on in the thing. The fact that he was there to sexually assault her and stuff. But no, again, like having a dude in the shower shitting himself, that didn't make you uncomfortable.
That was hilarious. No, that was uncomfortable.
Premises say all that horrible stuff and fuck a black dog. No, out of all this horrible shit that happened in the show, the thing
I felt bad for that actor that did that shit. Like, that's why I felt bad for. Like, I would have been like, absolutely not. Like, I don't need a paycheck this bad. I would have been like, I'm gonna be on the soup kitchen line before I do this scene, because if anyone actually watches this movie, they're gonna know that's me.
I feel like Did y'all ever see the movie Trick or Treat? It was another anthology film. It's actually a really good film, unlike this one. Came out 3 or 4 years ago. Another anthology horror film. The reason why I bring that up is to say, I'm wondering if they are thinking about suing this movie, because at the end, with the whole bags over the head and whatnot, and the whole thing with children, and the whole like, we're the victims, we all got bags over the head, we're not going to get you that's responsible for this whole thing. That was anyone who's seen Trick or Treat knows that's a huge call. Like, wait a minute, that looks way too familiar. You know what I mean? So that was way too reminiscent of that. What's the other one? The Collector. That's another one. So, but anyway, so
I don't think anybody thought anybody was gonna watch this movie and be like, this is gonna be successful, and somehow you're gonna be successful. This shit went straight to sci-fi, man. Like,
yeah, but you know what's so crazy, and man, I love Rusty. Rusty Cundiff. You might not recognize the name, but if you saw the movies like Sprung, he's big in the '90s. He's the light skinned dude, whatever. You might have known his work, aka the first Tales from the Hood, aka the Chappelle Show. He directed the majority of all of the Chappelle Show's episodes. He did this film. He directed this one.
Oh, shit.
And he directed the second one. So he did Tales from the Hood 1, 2, and 3. I had to really look that up and be like, no. Maybe he's just an executive producer like Spike Lee, because at least you could say with executive producer. A lot of times they pay money to it and that's it. You know what I mean? That's why I give Spike Lee all, like, if he did executive produce this one, because I know he was definitely involved in the first one, at least. Nothing with the second or third one, I don't think, even though I think they got his name in it. You know what I mean? But this dude directed it. He directed it, and he actually had some credentials with the whole Chappelle show and shit. I was like, bro, like, did you like? I'm wondering if he was under contract, just like the whole idea with the whole Wayans were stuck with the whole Scary Movie thing and saying like, if you leave, this like Dimension Films owns the Scary Movie franchise, so it's your fault, Keenen Ivory Wayans, for not signing it, and now it belongs to us, and they just walked away empty-handed. I'm wondering with Rusty if it was the whole idea of South by saying, "Yo, we're doing a franchise whether you like it or not," and he's like, "Fuck, all right, well let me at least him the damn thing." You know what I mean? I don't know.
Let me
That's the only
sabotage
thing
my own
that would
work.
make me at least give him somewhat of a benefit of a doubt, because if you look at his track record as far as his work goes, this ain't it. I think his body was possessed, maybe possessed by that kid who played basketball. Something. There's no way.
He was bouncing them heads. He was bouncing them heads. This so far, as I said, I haven't finished part 2, but 3 is much better. Like part 2 is dismal and insulting, and the fact that they put Emmett Till in that shit, and I'm like, it was a piece of shit movie, and they disrespected the story of Emmett Till, putting him in that bullshit movie. Like they really should be ashamed of themselves, and I'm not joking about that. Like I was really like, this is bullshit. Like, and the rest of the movie is all kinds of stereotypes and caricatures. I mean, I get it, but you don't fuck with Emmett Till. Like that's going too far. Like they could have did something else, but fuck that movie. But I would say the first one was just a classic.
Shout out to Keith David though.
Yeah. But again, Keith Davis is better than this. Like he was the bishop in Greenleaf. Like he's the voice of Black Panther. He's voiced Black Panther. He voiced some Alex Cross. He's done Alex Cross a few times. Yeah. Like
he's also done some like B-list horrible movies too. That's like you wouldn't know about because you don't watch them. But I'm telling you, I watch some of these horrible horror movies. A lot of times, Keith David, Tony Todd, those two are always used because those are the when you think of like, just like you think of God, or you think of the voice, like the voice of reasoning, you think of Morgan Freeman, right? Or if you think of like
James Earl Jones.
Yeah, but he's kind of old now. But like, you know, but as far as you know, is something now? Is he like 9? But Morgan, I guess my point is trying to make. Let's stay on topic.
I mean, shit.
Can we stay on topic, please? All right. When you think of horror, especially when you think of faces of horror, you think of Candyman, and then you think of the dude from They Live, and a lot, you know, and the thing, Keith David and freaking Tony Todd. Those two are always in all of these, whether good horror films from Final Destination to Hatchet or to some really shitty ones, you know. So I'm not. I guess I'll say the whole like he's better than this thing with Keith David. Keith David, yo, he getting a paycheck, bro. He getting a paycheck. He's done good movies. He's done bad movies. At this point, he's in his career where he don't care. He ain't Denzel in the sense he's going to get an Oscar anytime soon.
Man,
you know what I mean?
All right, man. All right.
That's where I'm at. You know, Tony Todd too. He's like, dude, ain't no one looking at me like Will Smith.
That's Candyman. I don't give a fuck what he do for the rest of his life. He's just Candyman. Like, so he needs to stick to what he does.
He has some good stuff.
Like Freddy Krueger is Freddy Krueger. When's the last time you see that man in anything but a horror movie? Like for real?
Robert Englund?
Yeah.
Yeah, that little, was it Harry the Spy or some shit like that?
That's Freddy Krueger, man. Damn it. Like when they redo Freddy Krueger again, and they
Robert
will.
Englund. Robert
Englund's gonna be in that shit. Like if you do who Jason was, like he'd be in all that shit too. Like him and Michael Myers, they got the easiest jobs because they wear masks. That could be any tall ass white man. Like it don't even matter. Like it's, but I was like Freddy Krueger, like Robert Englund, he's literally the face of a horror thing. And same thing with Candyman. Like you know they kind of stuck with it. That's what I'm saying. Or it's a guaranteed job, depending how you want to look at it. Point is, I will not watch Tales of the Hood 4. Like you can kiss my ass, like I won't do it. Like I'm telling you right now.
But you will watch Candyman when it comes out next summer, though, won't you?
I will, because Jordan Peele is connected to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like it's going to be good.
Oh, what if Tales from the Hood 4 had like some sort of a credit that had Jordan Peele's name in it?
He respects.
I didn't say executive producer. I'm just saying like is this something?
He respects himself too much. No. He knows he's better than this. He know he'd be like, absolutely not. Like he's like, no. It's like I own Twilight Zone now. Like I took that shit.
I own Twilight Zone.
But anyway in the world, he's gonna be like, I'm taking Tales from the Hood. I'm gonna bring it up to something. He will not.
again, I bring up Rusty and Chappelle Show.
All right, okay.
I'm just saying.
I will, for the sake of this conversation, because you're my friend, in the events, Jordan Peele or what's the other guy? Not Peele, but the other one that ain't really doing much. What's that one? The second one.
You mean Key?
Yeah, what's his name though? His full name.
I don't be watching.
Exactly. You don't even know his partner. Like Peele. If Peele ever actually Jordan Peele, the other guy, the taller, light-skinned dude. Anyway, if Jordan Peele's partner from the show, if he the one doing all the loan commercials.
What loan?
The tall bald dude, basically what he does now is those loan commercials. Like he comes out and shows the app, and he's like, "This is how the loan app works." Oh. The Rocket Mortgage. You know what I'm talking about, Stacey? Mm-hmm. Anyway, my point is, if he does a scary movie, and Jordan Peele says, "I'm gonna work with my friend to help his career," and he does like Tales from the Hood 4, only if he directs it. Only if he writes and directs it will I watch it. As you said, Chris, executive producer credits don't mean shit. So unless he writes and directs it, then I will be like, that's a Jordan Peele legit property, and I will watch it. But if Monkey Paw is not behind that shit, I'm not doing it because I've walked away from the series.
Yeah. What do y'all like how do y'all feel about the whole, I guess the whole idea of screw 3 for a second, the whole idea of having like these horror movies based off of like the Black experience, yes, I guess Peele is making it become like a big thing again, nowadays. But then, back at like, what was it, early 90s? Was it Candyman first that came out before? Yeah, Candyman came out before Tales from the Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah. But but what do you guys think about like, that whole idea?
Genre?
Yeah, we have like Antebellum and whatnot, and all these other films, that are somewhat similar in the whole idea. We just saw a Blumhouse movie,
Black Box.
Well, I guess that wasn't really a black. It had black actors,
like that was.
Yeah,
I give that movie credit because that was a movie that happened to have black people in it.
Right. Okay. So let me rephrase. So I guess like the Black experience is what I should mean. Like,
I got you. I understand what you mean. What you mean. What do you think, Stacey?
It can be done tastefully. We've seen like Get Out was a good example of that. But like, let's say Tales from the Hood 2, where they had the Gollywog. No. Now the Nigglets were hilarious. That was classic. And they have the story behind it. So I could get it. Like the way Lovecraft Country did it, it was good. It's a fine line. Like he said, the Emmett Till story, horrible. So it's a delicate balance of weaving those stories into something fictional. Like you got to be real delicate with that.
Yeah, because even me rewatching the first Tales from the Hood. To me, for the most part, it still holds up in the sense of like the stories are still relevant. Mm-hmm. Like wow, like dialogue is somewhat different, but it's still like the whole idea of the community organizer and whatnot, and what those police officers did to him, and and then the whole idea of sympathy for your actions with the whole thing with Special K, just all of that. It's just like just the whole demon doll thing on the mansion. That one I thought was a little hilarious, but for the first one, but yeah. So I love the fact that we're now getting this movie aside. Okay, this movie aside, I love that we're like in the realms of us having like Lovecraft Country. We we had the movies. Was it like Get Out in the last few years? We got Candyman that was supposed to come out this Halloween, but it got pushed back into the summer. So we got that coming up, as well as Peele even revealing that there was other Black writers and directors out there on the horizon that's actually now going to actually create, who's actually a big horror enthusiast, and they're actually now going to try to push the doors open to create more horror movies that look like us, that have us involved. I think that's I think that's huge. You know what I mean? I mean, to your point that you were saying before, Dave, it was like in a previous video saying like every time we see black people, I mean, you know, a lot of times it has to do with either slavery, you know what I mean, or they're out there like gang banging, doing some shit like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it will be cool to see us in the. I mean, you know, like you see it here and there, but it'd be cool to see like more films, just be more fluid where we're not like looking at the screen, but like, wow, that's different. No, if we make it more of a norm, we're not, you know,
We're not totally surprised. The
it's
black
not a surprise. It's not a
Yeah.
surprise. You know what I mean? Because Get Out was a freaking surprise. You know what I mean? To everyone. You know, it's like, damn, you including race, and it wasn't just like trying to necessarily push something, but you got even white people even looking at this movie and be like, damn, bars. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, that's to have stuff that you just kind of have to think, you know, to internally think about. I think that is the gift of filmmaking, and especially when you're talking about in the realms of like thriller / suspense and horror films, you know. So, oh, you did see a little bit of that in the last Purge film. The last Purge movie they did have a little bit of that with when they kind of focused more on the black people in there, you know. So, you know, that movie for some reason was not talked about. For some reason, it actually, you know, I don't think it was as great as the first one, but we watched the last Purge film before they did the show, when they did it with the inner hood and whatnot, and inner cities and whatnot, you know, and this dude's hood talking about like, yo, this is our hood, we gotta take it back and all that shit. That was actually, I thought that was actually done all right, you know what I mean? But you know, but we gotta have more of that, in my opinion.
I think Us and Black Box are better because it's not racism. It's a horror story that happens to have black people in it and black people as the lead. You know, like and like Get Out is still racism. It's still white people oppressing black people. It's still like, and I'm like, it was a good movie. It was a great movie, but it's still the same damn thing, right? Like I'm like, I want Us. I want a story that's like it's about government, you know, doing crazy shit and the doppelganger and all that stuff. And I was like, that easily could have been flipped. Like it could have been the white people in the lead and the black people as a second family, or the other way around. Mother Box was a great movie that made you think and had nothing to do with slavery or the hood or poor. It was just a good movie.
I want both. So I don't want the slavery portion. No. But I want Get Out. I want Get Out and I want Us. Like even if you look at the old school 80s films, horror films, if you look at The Thing, that was straight up just a creature flick. But then around that same time, you had this movie called They Live, which had to deal with these aliens, but it also had a social commentary as far as you being sucked into doing what they say. You know what I mean? I like movies that can do both entertain you, like your Us, right? But then also have the artistically be able to deliver on the social commentary as far as what we're seeing today, which is Get Out. Where you will have an audience who might not click on certain news stations, but you put them in a damn seat, they're forced to see it, and they're like, "Wow, I did not think." I heard white people saying, "Damn, I didn't know that black people really thought about that until they saw Get Out." You know what I mean? Any otherwise, they wouldn't have not seen it. You know what I mean? They were not known of that. So, but you can also do Us. I'm saying have both. I'm fine with both. But all I'm saying is what I do agree with you on is necessarily always having like a 12 Years a Slave, for example. 12 Years a Slave. No, have a movie like that every like other like 5-10 years maybe, when you got the young generation maybe forgotten or whatever, and then, like not like might see get like 12 Years Slave is like, I'm gonna stop like, oh, that's an old movie or whatever. Then you have a new movie. Then you have like a new Nat Turner or something. You know, nah, that's
Not every year, man. I'm saying, I think like, and I just think there's other social commentary things to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like there's still misogyny in the world. No matter what kind of woman you are, you're still beneath a man in many situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
us gave that to you. If you paid attention to us talked about that. Us talked about like her being seen as a plaything, her only being good as that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like Us did it different. I'm saying Us is a different story. When they see black people, they're automatically, even black people are gonna be like, where's the racism? That's what they're like. They see black people in predominant cast. The next question, where's the racism? Where's the white man? Huh?
I didn't hear people I didn't hear people really complain about black people complain about that with Us.
That's because it wasn't about that, Chris. That's my point.
No, I guess my point is no. I thought you were saying that people are going to see a predominantly black people, and if they don't see the racism, people are going to ask, "Where's the racism?"
No, I'm saying, but it's somewhere in here. They're like, oh shit, it's not about racism. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they're gonna, you're coming in it with, where is it? Like, even if you don't say, at some point you're coming in, well, is it like the once Get Out is the standard, then it becomes where's the racism story? I mean, there's other stories to get out there. There's other races and even different populations that can be addressed. I'm just saying, I would
like Parasite. Parasite's another great film, Korean film. You know? It's all about the disparity of, you know, the rich and poor.
Yeah.
That don't look, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's
I want to see a black zombie movie that's not about the hood. I want to see a black like Chucky movie that's not some kid who got a toy from like
we did have a Chucky movie.
Them with some crazy shit. Like, huh?
Didn't we have a black Chucky movie, Stacy?
What?
The little nigglets. That was?
No, man. Like not the nigglets.
That one?
not the nigglets, bro. Like I just
no.
I don't know if they can do it with PlayStations. I mean, the problem is the doll is classic scary. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you could do that now, like in 2020. But I'm like, like in our day, like dolls were still like a toy that kids actually wanted. So that's why
I will say, to be fair, that recently we have seen a lot of black starred movies that did not talk on the race thing. Like, you know, you talk about Altered Carbon. We had one of the Black Mirror episodes called Dueling Dragons, where both the leads were both black and whatnot. And it was more amusing than anything, you know, with that episode. So, you know, so nowadays we do have a lot. I'm only saying that it is, I'm just saying that it's dope that we're now seeing a lot more of that today. You know what I mean? You know, I just don't want them to make it like Tales from the Hood 3.
That's all. Or definitely not 2. Or definitely not 2. Like,
I will agree with you there. I would say, because I saw 2. Just so y'all know, I saw 2. You saw 3, right? You saw 3, and you didn't see 2, and you said, "Yo, 3 is horrible." I was like, "Yeah, 2, but 2 is probably worse." It's like, "No, I'm pretty sure that 3 is worse than 2." I'm like, "Bruh, just wait till you get to 2, bro. 2, there's nothing." I said, I have not seen 3, but I can almost guarantee you that 3 is worse than 2. No way. And I was right. Like, I actually, it was like setting the bar so low that when I saw 3, I was like, "Yo, this movie was deep." Whoa. No, it wasn't. Wait. No. It's just 2 was
not saying it was deep.
Like, those words almost came out of my head. I was like, this movie is decent.
Wow.
No, they just actually kept to a plot, and the acting wasn't all shit. You know what I mean? Like that is it. That is
I love the unnecessary technology they put into. Like, they're talking about Tinder and all the electronic movie. Like, even the credits, the opening credits said, "Stop it. Stop it. Like, just cut the movie off right now." I was like, what are we having these CGI computer graphic black like skeletons like moving around? I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, who did the credits? Like, I would have walked away, man. Spike, I was like, you take my name off anything that has to do with this movie. I will pay you to take my name off. That's what I would do. I will give you the money back if you just take my name, remove me from this movie, like, at all. But anyway, guys, that's it. We got a lot. It's still Halloween, so we got some more scary stuff coming for you. We do our best we can. But anyway, we're gonna do the last 2 Bloom movies. I still got to watch them, and we're gonna watch those 2 and talk about them. But anyway, guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and like the video and comment on the video, share the video. Which Tales of the Hood did you enjoy the most? Which one's the first one you saw? I mean, based on your age, you know, maybe you didn't see the first one first. Maybe you saw 2 first, or maybe you saw 3 first. And what do you think?
Stick to the first one, please. Just stick to the first one, please. By all means, please just stick to the
just stick to.
Still holds up, guys. It still holds up, please.
The CGI is pretty shitty. Like, when he turns into the devil, it looks.
There ain't that much CGI. Okay, all right, that one. Okay,
but the story, to your point, I'm just trying to say the storyline still holds up. Like, but yeah, I was like, yeah, even in the 90s, I was like, this is. I'm saying, but even the special effects that they showed were decent because they didn't use CGI. That's the thing. He was like, we turned into the devil. I was like, this is.
Oh, at the end, yeah. But like the zombies, they weren't CGI.
Yeah, they were good. Like, we was about to get top like the vampire in Brooklyn. And I was like,
That was the Bronx. Oh, you said the other one.
No, Vampire in Brooklyn that started. Oh man, like Eddie Murphy in his prime, Wes Craven in his prime did that bullshit. I was like, oh man, both of y'all are wrong for this. Angela Bassett did this. This was right before she did Waiting to Exhale. I would have been like, stop, no. Like, I just did Tina Turner. I'm better than this. I was like, nope.
I feel like I personally feel like they did Vampire in Brooklyn after the success of Tales from the Hood. Like they saw how successful, like, oh shit, okay, and they thought they can do that. You know what I mean? Because it came out in '95, but
yeah. I need. Okay, so you saying Tales from the Hood came out first?
Came out in 1995 at least.
I want to say Vampire in Brooklyn came out first.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Anyway, it don't matter. Anyway, fuck it. Tales from the Hood was better. My point is, even Eddie Murphy in his prime, Wes Craven in his prime, put out a piece of shit horror / comedy, where the hell that movie was supposed to be, and Tales of the Hood was even better, and that's sad because Eddie Murphy would go on to do like Nutty Professor after
came out same year.
Huh?
Came out same year.
All right. I was like, really?
Yep, both 1995.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I just felt like I was
horror movies in 1 year. Horror comedies. That's what they're both called. Horror comedies.
Horror comedies. That's interesting. Anyway, guys, again, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you again on Iron Panther Presents.